A story featuring Bubble Butts prosthetics and an international shoe company goes viral. One might expect it to come from a West Hollywood tabloid. However, ours starts here at the Mystic Aquarium in Connecticut, where in 2024, Charlotte, a green sea turtle named before handlers realized he was a boy, had a viral moment due to a condition with a very catchy nickname.
Bubble butt.
Called bubble butt. Bubble butt syndrome.
Charlotte suffers from a condition called bubble butt or positive buoyancy syndrome.
Claire Bolster is Charlotte's primary handler. She says the condition, often caused by boat strikes, is on the rise.
Green sea turtles eat shallow seagrasses, so they're very much in the shallows of warm coastal waters like Florida and Georgia. It's a very dark brown water. With a dark brown sea turtle, they'll come up to surface and often aren't seen by boaters.
Damage to the spine of struck turtles can lead to paralysis of rear fins and GI tract issues, including air bubbles.
So their rear ends are up. That's where bubble butt comes from. They have much less control to right themselves and continue to swim as a normal sea turtle would.
For turtles rescued with this condition, the first course of action is usually to epoxy weights on the back of their shells.
When I previously did work in rehab facilities, we would do that to some of the bubble butts that we saw, and it was a constant that you'd have to be like roughly every 6 weeks replacing that epoxy.
In 2019, the team here decided to try a more permanent option. Working with Adia, an innovative local 3D printing company, they decided to think outside of the shoebox with a call to local footwear giant New Balance. We spoke with project lead Chris Varosek.
They came in one day and were like, hey, you guys do a lot with computational design. Like, would you be willing to help out with Mystic Aquarium with an injured sea turtle? And immediately, I think there was tons of interest and excitement.
So your first reaction wasn't the turtle needs shoes, right?
No. I've been working at New Balance for 23 years and done lots of different things in footwear. So branching out to try something totally different seemed like a fun challenge.
Charlotte's shell was scanned, and Varosek worked with Adia to fine-tune a prosthetic harness, which could be digitally printed to hold the weights that would give New Balance to Charlotte's bubble bottom.
And hopefully get Charlotte to swim at a bit more of a level position. Definitely didn't anticipate how difficult of a project it would be, but it's been super rewarding.
I'm finally getting over this hurdle.
Today, Brennan Pelzarski from Adia is joining Bolster and Varosek to fit the latest adjustments to the harness.
So we tested this new addition with the fingers last week, and we noticed that the top crossbar seemed to be a little short.
In a moment, they will attempt to lengthen that support. But first, we get to meet Charlotte for the first time, as most visitors do, in her tank.
That's awesome.
Upstairs, we get a bird's eye view as Bolster masterfully removes the current harness.
Oh, good turtle.
Next, the team adds the new fittings.
So we're swapping the bar, just like a couple millimeters longer on either side, but it gives us the chance for Charlotte to be adaptive to his growth.
I've been doing design for a really long time, so I'm accustomed to understand that like not everything's going to work the first time.
The hope is that once a functional system is in place for Charlotte, it can be a blueprint for helping other turtles.
I think that would be a win. First, we have to get the harness to work on Charlotte.
The moment of truth.
That might be the most beautiful fit.
And a moment of celebration.
That looks like a good fish.
That looks like a great
You guys are happy too,
Yeah,
huh?
I'm very happy.
This could be good.
Oh, Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte arrived to Mystic in 2008 and is estimated to be about 25 years old.
Yeah, green sea turtles are considered a threatened species. They can live though well into their 90s. Everybody, of course, around here knows Myrtle the turtle, our green sea turtle at the New England Aquarium. She's been there since 1970, and it's estimated she's somewhere between 70-ish and 93 years old. They don't really know. She doesn't tell them. She won't divulge her age.